Daniel here for Tabletop for One. Please join me at the table as I teach and play through Life of the Amazonia. And I thank you for joining me for this tutorial and solo playthrough of Life of the Amazonia. It's designed by Jamie Bloom and published by Bad Comet Games, and they provided me with this review copy to provide a tutorial solo playthrough video. Now in Life of the Amazonia, you are going to try and build out a habitat for the various creatures in the land and try and bring them into your habitat, ultimately with the goal of scoring points. Now in the solo mode, you're playing against a scenario. There are several scenarios in the back of the book. We will be using the beginning scenario, but there is also an AI that operates that serves to block you during the game. All right, so let's go into setup here. Now off the screen, I'm going to have the token silos here that show the various prices for the tokens. I will reference them during the game, but you will not see them on the screen. But you have to assemble these little cases here for them. Be careful assembling these cases because the cardboard is very thin. And speaking of assembling things and being careful, you can see that this one split right off of this, the boat here that you had to assemble. So yeah, be very careful with these things. Unfortunately, I had a few pieces that didn't work out too well. Also off to the side, you'll have trees, flowers, seeds, and then the special terrain tiles. You'll have these off to the side in a supply area. And then, like I said, you're going to choose one of the scenarios. Now we're choosing the first mission here. And so we're using the base animal set and the Automa card A. And we're going to try and score hopefully better than 100. I haven't scored above 100 yet. I've scored 80s and 90s, but not to 100. So we're going for that because I want to get a silver star this time. And so you'll take all of the animals, and we have the animal side A here, and you're going to place the animal cards kind of in a pattern here. And the way I do it in this order. It has to do with their resource costs. The resource cost is in the bottom left here. And so the jaguars take 10 fruit, the tamarins take 5 fruit. These are the cards that only take fruit. These ones are the high cost cards that take the fruit and the leaves. And then we have the high cost cards that take the fruit and the water. And then the last one are the low cost animals here. Now you are going to get all the anim meeples and place them on their cards here. And it tells you at the bottom right here how many you're going to have. It's, in this case here, it's 3 per player. And in the solo mode, you count it as a 2-player game. So we would have 6 tamarins here. I'm not going to place them out here just yet because I want to go over the cards and how their scoring works when I talk about the rules. And then you'll take the stack of terrain tiles, place it right here, and you're going to draw 3 into a, like a market here. You do the same with the insect cards. So we're going to draw 3 cards into the market. And then last we have the landscape cards. I think that's what they're called. So we got 3 into the market there. Next you'll have the waterfall, and I'll place it right here. I apologize for the shadows. Shadows covering up the points that you can earn in these various spaces. You'll be able to see the majority of the information. And so you're going to take one of each player marker and put it in the flower starting spot, the spot with the star, and then one of each in the tree area, and then one of yours in the landscape tile area, and then the last one down here in the inventory area. And then you'll deal out 2 unique animal cards to yourself and choose one. I've chosen the Anteater today, and we'll place the Anteater card right here, as well as the Anteater Animeeple right there. And if on the unique animal card, it shows a reward here in the bottom left, you'll gain that reward. This shows a seed token, so I'll add a seed to my supply, place it right here. And then you'll give yourself one of the random starting tiles. It's the tile that shows the sky here. This will be my starting tile, and I'll place it right here. And then you'll take your bag of your player color, I'm the white color this time, and you'll take the starting tokens. Now you get 3 of the single coins, 2 of the double coins, 2 of the single leaves, 2 single waters, and a double fruit. Those will be your starting tiles. You'll put them in the bag, and you're actually going to go ahead and shake it up and then draw 5 of them, and that'll be your starting turn. You'll also need your discard boat. You can just set it off to the side here. And then you're going to set up the AI's bag using the AI's color. We have green for the AI. And you're going to give the AI its 8 AI chips. And it's these blue chips here. You're going to place all of these in the AI's bag, as well as having the boat nearby for the AI. Then you'll take the Automa card here, and you're going to choose the A side of it. It shows A right here, B side over here. And you're going to take one of its player colors markers here and put it on the start position, and we'll place it right here. All right, other than the animeeples going on those cards, that's it for setup. Now, like I said before, the goal of the game is to get a certain amount of points given the scenario that you're playing. And so we are going for 100 points or more. 140 is a gold. I don't think I can ever get that high, but we're going to give it a shot. Now, in this game here, we have 20 turns. And after each turn, you're going to be moving down this token on the automa card one at a time until it finally lands on this bell. And that will signify the end of the game and we'll go to final scoring. And so before we talk about the turn order and everything, let's talk about final scoring. Thankfully, they provide a score pad because there's a lot of things that you score in this game. And so what you're going to score is each of the different animals, which I'll go over in just a moment. Then you'll score any landscape cards. These are kind of end game scoring cards that give you bonuses. So this one here says you get 2 points for every pair of bird and herptile. Or this one here says that you can score based on the number of animals you have. And so if you have 14 animals, you'll get 5 points, or 16, you'll get 7, and so on. So there's a whole stack of end game scoring cards, lots of different ways. They're mostly self-explanatory, but the rule book also has some explanation about them. And then you're going to score based on your progress on the waterfall here. So depending on how far you've gone on the waterfall, you'll gain a number of points. You'll see up here, there's 4, 9, 15 for the landscape tile. And then all of these here and these here all score points. I'll kind of show it to you here. Yeah, so there's a lot of points to be earned in those areas. So you definitely want to, progress on those tracks as you can. Also, one thing to note, in the solo mode, you subtract the AI's score on these 2 tracks. So as far as they go, you're going to take that off your total. And then the last thing that you earn is points for leftover seeds. And so that's it for the solo mode. All right, so let's talk about some of these animals here. So we have the leaf frog. Now, the leaf frog likes to be next to flowers. So each grouping of the leaf frog and 1 flower will score 4 points. Then we have the toucan, who scores 4 points just for being in your jungle. Then we have the woodpecker, likes to be next to the trees. So 4 points for the pairing up of a woodpecker and 1 tree. Then we have the caimans. They like to be in a habitat of a bunch of flowers. So you want to build a big river habitat and have a lot of flowers in the river. And if caiman's in that river, then he's going to score points based off of how many flowers are in that habitat. Then we have the tamarin, who likes to be in the same habitat as another animal. And again, a habitat is either the forest, the marshes, or the waters. And so he likes to be in a habitat with a lot of different animals. So you could earn, between 2 and 6 points depending on how many animals are in that habitat. Then we have the macaw that likes to be in a forest with a lot of trees. So it's similar to the caiman, just with trees. You can score a lot of points that way. And then we have the jaguar that likes to be adjacent to animals. This one has a maximum of 15 points, so 5 adjacent animals will do that. But yeah, 3 points for each adjacent animal to the jaguar. And then we have the giant otter, and this one likes to be in a large habitat. So he scores based on the number of hexes in the habitat, and you score quite a few points that way. And so that's it for those cards. All right, so now I've populated all the animeeples on the cards. If you ever have any question on how many animeeples go on those cards, just look in the setup, and there's a diagram explaining each of the animals and how many meeples they get. All right, so on your turn, and you get the first turn of the game, you're going to choose to do a whole variety of actions. And there's 8 actions total that you can do depending on how much you have available for you from the draw from the bag. And so you have these different resources here. You have the money symbol here. You have the water. There's the fruit, which is notated by this red symbol here. And then there are the leaves, which is the green symbol here. You'll also find those symbols on the waterfall here. And so when you take an action, what you're going to be doing is spending those tokens. You'll be discarding them into your boat, and then you're going to do that action. So depending on which action you're going to do, it's going to cost different kinds of resources. Now, the first kind of action you can do is you can buy new resource tokens. So again, you have these token silos here that show you can buy the resource shown at the top for the cost shown at the bottom. So we have bigger coin tokens here. We have bigger leaf tokens here. And then in the other one, we have the fruit and the water. So you're able to purchase those based off of what you've drawn here. So I've drawn 6 money right now. So if I wanted to, I could buy a 3 water. The next action you can do is place a terrain tile. And so in order to do that, you have to move your marker onto the next space on the terrain track. And when you do that, you have to pay the cost at the bottom. So in this case here, the first space costs 1 leaf. Next one costs 2, or the next 2 spaces cost 2 leaves, the next 2 spaces after that cost 3, and so on. So you move it 1 space, and then you choose one of the terrain tiles here, and you add it to your jungle here. Now when you add a terrain tile to your jungle, it has to connect to 2 hexes, so if I added this one here, it would have to connect like this, at least 2 hexes. I couldn't place it, let's say, like this. That is an illegal placement. The next thing you can do is you can place an animal into your habitat. And so the animal's cost is shown in the bottom left. A lot of the animals cost a lot of fruit, so you're gonna have to save up fruit and use that later. But also the placement of where they can go is shown in the upper left. So you can see this tree frog here can go in the orange hexes, the marshlands, or the water, whereas the woodpecker can go in the forest or the marshlands. Now, bigger animals like the caimans, jaguars, giant otters, and macaws, they actually cover 2 hexes, so it tells you what they have to go into. The giant otter here, this one shows an equal symbol, meaning it has to go in the 2 hexes of the same kind. Whereas the macaw here has to go at least in a forest hex and then 1 other kind. The gray hex is for any kind. So like the toucan here can just go into any hex. Whereas the caiman has to go into water and any hex. Jaguar is marshlands in any hex, and tamarin is in any hex. Then you also have your anteater here you can add to your jungle, assuming you have the correct conditions met. So my anteater here must be on a forest habitat of at least 6 hexes. So I definitely want to build out my habitat to accommodate the anteater. And once it's in my jungle, I will gain this ability which says reduce the cost of a nature card by 1 once per turn. And so that'll be nice. Reducing that cost of water can be very useful. I'll talk about nature cards in just a moment. The next thing you can do is you can place a tree. Now it'll show you here, that it shows on the waterfall here, that a tree can only be placed in a green hex, the forest hex. And so like the tiles, it costs a number of resources in order to place a tree and move up on this track. So if I wanted to go to the next one here and place a tree, it'll cost me 1 leaf, and then 2 leaves, then 3 leaves, and so on. The next thing you can do is place an aquatic flower. And the aquatic flowers go in the blue hexes, the water hexes. And these cost water to place them. Now, also I want to note on all of these things here, as well as on your tiles. Anytime you're placing on your tiles or moving along the tracks, and you come across one of the bonuses shown, you gain that bonus. So I suggest you have your player aid close by, but I'll go over the different symbols. So we have the hand, which you get to draw a resource token from the bag, and you're able to use it that turn. You have the green hex, which is to place a special terrain tile, and that's a single terrain tile from the supply. Then we have the gain a seed, so you gain a seed. I'll talk about seeds in just a moment. And then you have relocate, which lets you move one animal to another unoccupied hex. And then we have renew, which lets you choose 2 cards or tiles, remove them, and then replace them from the drawn deck. And then we have compost, which lets you remove a resource token from the discard pile or from your play area. And that helps thin out your bag a little bit. And then we have the limited track bonus. So there's these track bonuses here and here that whoever reaches that first gets it. Now, if the AI reaches that before you, then you can't achieve that bonus. So keep that in mind. And then the next section you can do is purchase a nature card. So we have insect cards and the landscape cards. The landscape cards, like I mentioned before, are endgame scoring. And then the insect cards here are one-time bonuses that you get right away. And so again, referring to your player aid will help, but this one of course gets rid of a token from your play area or discard pile. This one here says reusability of a toucan. A toucan is especially nice when you place it on one of your terrain tiles and it has a bonus on that spot where you're placing it, then the toucan activates that bonus twice. So that's really nice. This one here just gives you a seed and lets you draw a token. But all of these cards here cost water, as shown in the bottom left here. So we have 3, 7, 5, 7, 4, and 3. So they can cost a variety of prices for that. Like I said, the nice thing is I have the anteater, so that reduces the cost of one of them by 1. And the next thing you can do is expand storage. I haven't talked about storage yet, but at the end of your turn when you clean up, if you have any unused tokens, you're able to store them for the next round. Now you only start out with 1 storage, but over here at the bottom here, it tells you that you can expand that storage to 2 and to 3, but it costs 2 and then 4 of water to do that. But on top of that, when you expand your storage, you're able to get rid of 1 token as well, so that's very helpful. And the last thing you can do is purchase a bonus. The bonuses are shown here on the right in the middle level here. And so we have the move life bonus here that costs 4 money. We have the banish the token for 5 money. We have get a special tile for 7 money, and then we have a seed for 3 leaves. And so that's very useful. Now, let's talk about seeds. Seeds are the special resource that are worth points at the end of the game for each one. However, it's also a wild resource that you can spend to do an action. So if I wanted to, I could make this into 2 water and use it as 2 water, or I can make it into 1 leaf and use it to get a terrain tile or something like that. So you decide when to spend it. Now, anytime you spend your coins, however, they are going to go straight into this boat, and they're going to be sitting there until you need to draw from the bag and you cannot draw anymore. Then you're going to take all your tiles from the boat, put it back into your bag, and then you'll continue drawing from there. All right, and so that's the gist of the actions and how a turn works. And basically, you're going to be spending your resources to do various actions to bring life into your habitats and to grow that rainforest, that jungle, and make it a luscious and lively environment. But now let's talk about the AI's turn. See, at the end of your turn, after you've done your cleanup, you're going to move this tracker up 1 space. If at any point it covers a meteor, then you are going to do an AI action. So you see there's only one on the turn number 3, but after turn number 5, it starts getting a lot of those meteor actions. Now, when you do an AI's turn, you're going to take the token out of their bag, just 1 token, and you're going to look at the front of the token, and it's going to show an animal to remove. So in this case here, it's one of the giant otters. It only shows one of them, so you'll remove one of them from the card. It'll no longer be available to bring into your habitats. And then you'll flip over the token and perform the actions on the other side. And so this one here lets you refresh cards or tiles, so you get to choose which tiles you want to refresh there. And then it tells you which track the AI is going to move up on. And so if you can see this here, it's going to move up on the flower track. And so you just move it up 1 space. Now there's some other tokens, different animals. So these show 2 of the tamarins, 2 of the woodpeckers. On the backside here of this one, it shows a 2 butterfly. Butterfly refers to the insect cards, and that refers to the card that the AI is going to discard. The cards are numbered 1, 2, and 3 from the left to the right. So if it says 2 butterfly, you discard the middle card here. If it says 3, you discard that one. If it says 1, you discard that one. Same goes for the landscape tokens. Some of them will also have the AI moving up on the tree track. And yeah, so there's a variety of different tokens. Now, after the AI is done with their turn, you're going to place their token into their boat. If at that time there are 3 tokens in their boat, then you're going to dump those back into the AI's bag. Now, if at some point that the AI needs to remove animals and there's not enough animals to remove, if they need to remove 2 and there's only 1, then you just remove what you can and go on along with the action. If there are no animals of that type, you're going to remove that tile, that AI token from the supply. You're going to set it aside. It's not going to be used the rest of the game, and you're going to redraw for that round. And I forget if I mentioned this before, that anytime a card or a tile gets removed from these areas, you automatically replace them. Nothing needs to get shifted down or anything like that. You just replace it in that empty spot. Also, one last thing to note is on the AI's card, there are bonuses that you can obtain, such as seeds, as well as being able to banish one of your tokens from your discard pile. All right, and so we're ready to begin here. Now, I have 6 money and only 1 water, and so I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy a token. And I'm going to buy a level 3 water because, I have 6 money, might as well get that going because the water is going to be very useful, especially with my anteater later. So I'm going to do that. So it cost me all my 6 money. So the 6 money and the new token go into my discard boat. And so now all I have is 1 water and 1 seed left. Well, I think what I'll do with the 1 water is I'm going to spend it, putting it in my boat, to put a flower out. And I'm going to put the flower in this spot here, covering up the seed. And so I will gain a seed for that. And on top of that, I get to move my tracker up 1 space. Now there's no bonus here. The next one will let me draw a token, so we'll want to do that soon. And the next thing I want to do as well is I'm going to spend one of these seeds as a leaf to move up on the terrain track and get one of the terrain. So I'm going to choose one of these here, and I think I will choose this one. And we're going to add this to my habitat, just like that. And then we'll replace this one, like so. And then, do I want to spend this one? It's a tough call. I could spend it now, or I could save it for later. And it's probably best that I save it for later. I don't need to, really all I can do with it right now is buy a tree. And I don't think I need to do that. So I'm going to wait right now. All right, so with that being my turn, I have no tokens left, so I'm not saving any or discarding the rest that I can't hold in my backpack. And so we're going to go on to the AI's turn, moving this tracker. Now there's nothing in this first spot, neither in the second spot or the fourth spot. So this first spot here does nothing. So I just go straight into my next turn, which means I'm going to be drawing the 5 remaining tokens that I have in my bag here. And so now I have some interesting options. I could go for one of the leapfrogs or the woodpeckers, because I have 2 fruit here and I can use this seed as a third fruit. And so the question becomes, do I want to, get a leapfrog or the woodpecker? I think I'm going to go with the leapfrog. Yeah. Let's do that. So I'm going to spend these here. These tokens go in my boat and the seed goes away. And so we'll add the leapfrog. Now the leapfrog can go in either the marshlands or the water. And it wants to be next to the flowers there. So I think I will place it, I guess right here is fine. And so for my next thing that I'm going to do, I have these 2. And I think I want to buy another terrain tile, because I really want to expand so I can put the anteater out. So let's do that. I'll spend these 2. We'll buy this one maybe. I think this is a good one. Oh no, I don't know if I like that one. I think I like this one more. Like this, yeah. Let's put it like that. And so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes in my forest habitat. Sorry, I need to replace this tile here. But I can place this anteater now. It doesn't cost any resources to place your unique animal. You just have to meet that condition. So I can place this now. It must be on a forest habitat that has at least 6 hexes. Well, it is. So the question is, where do I want to place it? Because, oh, wow. Maybe I should just place it right here. See, it's going to cover up the seed token and draw. So I'll place it right here, gaining a seed token, and now I get to draw from my bag. But my bag is empty, so nothing left in there. And so I'm going to take my boat, dump everything in, and then I'm going to draw a new tile. Let's see what I get. Another water. Now the water's not going to help me this turn, but I may want to save it for the next turn. And I'm going to save my seed. So at this point, I need to discard down to my inventory size. My inventory size is 1. So I got to discard 1 of these tokens. I'll discard the money into the boat. And now we move on to the next turn, moving the AI tracker up 1 space. Again, there's nothing there. So we just go straight into my turn. And I'm going to draw 5 new tokens here. Hey, that's not too bad. We got 4 water. We got fruit. We got some leaves. I do kind of wish I could spend some money on some things right now, but I don't have enough money. Now, one thing I didn't mention is when you're buying stuff or when you're doing an action, you can only do 1 action per purchase. And if you overpay for something, you don't get to save the excess. So if I use this 3 token right now to get another flower moving up on that track, I'm going to lose out on that single water that's left over from that purchase, which isn't necessarily a bad thing right now. I just have to make sure that that's what I want to do. I could also spend this 3 flower right now on this insect card because it costs 4, but my anteater discards that, or discounts it by 1, and this would gain me 1 seed and get to draw a token. That would be kind of nice. I'm tempted to do that. The whole reason why I got the water token, the level 3 one, is so I can use these cards more often. So maybe that's what I should do. I will spend that token and then gain this card, gaining 1 seed, and then I get to draw from the bag. But we have to replace the card here, so we'll draw 1 new card. Oh, look, there's another grasshopper. Maybe I should go for the toucans so I can use those abilities. That might be a good thing to do. But I get to draw 1 token, and I got a single coin. Oh, I just noticed I forgot to move my marker up the terrain track when I bought that other terrain earlier. Sorry about that. All right, so with my 3 money, I think I'm just going to buy a level 2 water token because they cost 3. So we'll discard everything here. And then let's see, what else? I could buy another leapfrog, right? That might be a good idea. It'll cost me 1 seed, so that'll be 3 fruit and then 1 water. Buy a leapfrog, and I can just place it right here, and it also is next to a flower. So that's gonna be nice. Actually, I need to have that frog next to a different flower, so I think I'll place it actually over here, covering up this token, and that'll let me get rid of one of my single coin tokens. We'll get this out of the bag for good. That'll make my draws a little bit better. And so now all I have are the 2 leaves. I guess the best thing for me to do at this point is to buy another terrain tile. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna spend 2 leaves, moving this up on the track. And then I will take this one here, and I think I'll place it like this. And that's gonna be it for my turn. So now we're gonna move on to the AI's turn, and look, it's covering up a comet here. So we're gonna cover that up, and then we're gonna draw our first AI token of the game. All right, let's see what we get. and it's a macaw. So it's going to take one of the macaws, and that gets removed from the game. And then we'll flip this over, and it shows that we have the 3 landscape card, which is 1, 2, 3. So this one gets discarded. And then we'll replace that real quick, and then it's going to move one up on the tree track. So just like that, and we'll put this in the boat. And that's it for the AI's turn. We're ready for my turn now. And so I'll draw any tokens I have left here. I have 3 tokens, so I'll need to refill this with the boat here and draw 2 more. I don't like the look of that draw yet. That wasn't too good of a draw. Oh, that's not a good draw. All right, so I have 4 money here. I think I will spend 4 money on a 2 fruit token. So we're gonna add this to the discard pile here. And then I have 1 leaf. We'll move up on the tree track 1 space, gaining 1 of the trees to my habitats here, and I can only place it in the forest. So I think I'll just place it up here and out of the way for now. And then I have 1 water left over and 1 seed. And I think I'm just gonna leave that for the next turn because I can store that water. So we're gonna move on to the AI's turn. It's moving up this tracker once and there was nothing underneath it, so we go back to my turn. And then I'm gonna draw 5 tokens here. All right, that was a good draw. Look at all this water. This is really good. Now I did get some fruit and I could use that fruit. Let's see what I want to do. I think the first thing I want to do is spend 2 water on moving up on this track here. That's going to let me draw 1 more token and I'll get another flower tile. So here's my other token. And then we'll add the flower tile right next to the other frog here, and it's going to let me draw another token. So that's really nice, except I'm out of tokens now. So we're going to dump these all back in and draw a new token. Let's see what I get. And it looks like another coin. And I still have 5 left here. So what do I want to do? I think with the 3 money, I'm going to spend that to buy a level 2 leaf token. So I want to have some more ability with the leaves. And so we'll add that to my boat here. You know, I really think I should buy another animal. So we're going to go 2, 3 fruit with the seed and then the 1 leaf. I think that's the right call. It's either the leaf or the water. Do I want another frog? I'm going to go with the woodpecker this time. So those get dropped in and we'll gain the woodpecker. It has to go on a forest and I think I'm going to place it right here. It wants to be next to a tree, so we'll place it there. I still have 5 left here. So I think I will spend these 4 on getting this animal card here, or this landscape card. And this lets me score based on the number of animals. So if I have 14 animals, I'll get 5 points at the end of the game. Now you can only ever have 4 of these, so keep that in mind. If you ever need to add 1 and you already have 4, you have to discard 1. But that cost me my 4 water, and then we'll replace that card with a new one. Let's see, that's 2 points per woodpecker, so if I do a lot of woodpeckers, we may want to get that. I'm going to save this other token for my next turn. We'll go on to the AI's turn. Now it's covering up a bonus seed. So I'm going to gain a seed to my supply, and we're ready for my next turn. All right, so I only had 5 tokens in my bag. It's not too bad of a draw. We've got some water, some coins, and some fruit again. Now I think I want to spend the 2 water here to move up on my inventory track 1 space. So that way I can hold 2 tokens at the end of my turn. So that cost me the 2 water, and I get to get rid of 1 of my tokens, either from the play area or the discard pile. I think I will get rid of this single leaf from the discard pile. I think I will also, let's see, I will try once again to get either a woodpecker or leaf frog. I think I should go with the woodpecker again. So that's what I'm going to do, spending those 2 tokens and a seed, gaining another woodpecker, and we'll add it over here this time. We'll try and add a tree right here later. I still have these left. I'm going to spend 2 money to basically get another 2 money coin and adding it to my supply. And with that, I can leave these 2 coins because now I have 2 inventory, so we're ready to go on to the next turn. But now it's the AI's turn. It's coming all the way down and going on a comet again, which means it's going to draw a token. Let's see what it gets. And we have the tamarins. So it's going to take 2 of those tamarins and remove them from the game. And then we'll flip this over. It's getting rid of this card here, which is really unfortunate because I wanted to go for that card. All right, so that's not good. We'll replace it here. And then it's also moving 1 up on the tree track. All right. Now it's my turn. I don't have any tokens in my bag, so we're going to put those back in and then redraw. All right, so we have a lot of water to work with and some money to work with. I think with the money, I'm going to spend all 4 of that money to get another level 2 fruit. So we'll add that to our discard pile here. And I have 4 water. I think I'll spend 2 of that water to get another flower, so we'll move 1 up on that track. And I'll add that flower right here because I think I'm gonna add another frog in this spot. So I'll have 3 frogs and 3 flowers. And with that in mind, I'm gonna leave these tokens here because I might need those to get a frog the next turn. Now it's the AI's turn. It's gonna be another comet. So we're drawing another token here. Let's see what we get. And we have the toucan. So 1 toucan's going away. And so then we flip that over. The second insect is going away. It was another toucan card. So yeah, the AI is really blocking us here. And then it's moving 1 up on the flower track. We're not too worried about that. But now that there are 3 tokens here in the discard pile for the AI, all 3 of those go back in the bag now. All right, and so it's my turn here. Drawing 5 tokens. Ooh, not too bad at all. All right. Now I kind of wish that I had enough leaves right now to get another terrain tile, but not yet. I do have enough leaves though. Yeah, that's what I should do. I have enough leaves to move up on the tree track. So we're gonna spend those leaves there. Adding a tree right here, that'll be good. On top of that, I gain a seed from the bonus on moving up on that track. And then if I want to, I can take this. We got 4. This would be 5 plus 2. And then I could get a toucan. That is a real tempting choice. I just realized I forgot to refresh this terrain tile a long time ago. Sorry about that. All right, so what's my choice here? Do I really want a toucan or do I want to wait? Oh, this is a tough call. If I wait and I get this card and pair up some leaf frogs and caimans, that might be worth some points. Because I could get that card with this 5 here. And then I could save these 2 for later and use these 4 for something else. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend these 5 on this card. I don't normally buy the landscape cards so early in the game, but maybe this is gonna be more beneficial for me. And then I will spend these 4 coins and I'll get a 2 leaf token. Now that only costs 3 coins, so I had 1 wasted, but that's okay. All right, so now it's the AI's turn and it's covering up a bonus to banish 1 of my tokens. So I get to choose 1 here, and I might as well get rid of the single coin here. And we're ready to draw. I only have 1 token, it looks like, in the bag, so I get to draw 4 more. Ah, it's a single leaf token. That's no good. But let's see what I can get here. Not too bad. I can get a terrain tile with those leaves. All right. And so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these 3 leaves here, getting a terrain tile. We'll move up on this here. We'll grab the terrain tile. And I kind of want this one, I think, because I want to place it here because I want to make the water go that way. It's either that or I get this one and place it back here and expand the forest. Okay, I'll expand the forest. All right, so we replaced that. Now, one thing that we did is we covered up a bonus here, which lets me get rid of some of the cards here. And I think I'm gonna get rid of these 2 cards because I don't see myself using those right now. I don't have a lot of tokens I want to banish. So we're going to draw 2 new cards and hopefully get something good. Oh, interesting. So this one here says discard as many tokens as you'd like and draw the same amount. That is really interesting. That could work to my benefit. So I'm going to draw or discard these 2. Oh, but I have to spend the water. Ooh, I don't know if I want to spend the water. Oh, what if I just spend the seed token as 1 water? Oh, this is going to be risky here. All right, spend the seed token, discarding these 2 and this card here. And then we're going to draw 2 new tokens. All right, nice, nice. We got some fruit there and some leaves. That is really good. Oh, check this out. We can buy 1 of the caimans and we need those. We need those for that card that I bought. So we're going to spend 6 fruits and 2 water to buy 1 of the caimans. And so this one goes on water and then marsh. And it wants to be in a habitat, a river habitat that has a lot of flowers. So if I place it right here, then it's in that habitat. And so at this point, it's worth 3 points, but it could be worth a lot more if I place more flowers and expand this habitat a little bit. So I definitely want to work on that. Now I have these 2 leaves here. I don't know if I want to buy a tree or not. I think I'm going to wait. And we're just going to go into the AI's turn here, and it's another comet. So let's see, we're going to draw a token, and the token is the giant otter. All right. And then it's going to let us refresh here. We can refresh 2, and I think we'll refresh these 2 because I don't like those. I do like this one. That tarantula might be really good to get. Ooh, also this leaf-footed bug might be good. All these are pretty good. That actually isn't too bad. All right, and then it's going to move up one space on the flower track. All right, so it's back to my turn. And we're drawing 5 tokens here. I think that's the last 5 tokens in the bag, so a lot of water there. So that's pretty good. I really do wish I could buy a terrain tile right now, but I just don't have enough leaves. But I do like this here, the leaf cutter ant. I can spend 3 water, again with my discount from the anteater, to collect the 3 token of any kind. So I probably should get a 3 fruit, because those are really expensive. They cost 7 money to get. So we'll add that to my discard pile and that. So that's not too bad. Let's see what comes up next. Maybe I can use this. Oh, it's another leaf cutter ant. Very nice. But I don't have enough resources to use that. So let's see. I think I'll spend the 3 money. I don't know if this is the right choice, but I'll spend the 3 money on a 2 water. Yeah, we'll add that. And then I'm just going to end up having to discard one of these waters. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. So that's it. We'll discard that water and we'll move on to the AI's turn, which is another comet turn. So we're drawing a token here. Oh, another macaw's gone. There it goes. And then we get rid of the 3rd landscape card here. And it moves up on the tree track again, racing me on that track. All right. So my bag's empty, so I'm going to have to throw everything back in. We're redrawing 5 tokens here. Got some water. Got a couple things. Hopefully some more fruit here. Nope, more water. All right. Now I do have enough leaves here to buy another terrain tile. I definitely need to do that, so we're going to spend that money moving up on the track and choosing one of these to add. Now I definitely want to connect this water here. So I think I'll place this one right here. Nice thing about this one is it has a special tile that I can get, and that's going to help expand one of my habitats. And so we'll replace that terrain tile here. Now I may want to add another flower, so we're going to spend 3 to move up on this track, 1 space. I'll gain another flower, and I think I will place it right here, gaining me a special tile. Frankly, I just want to add another blue. All right, so the next thing I want to do is spend these 3 water here to do the leaf cutter ant again. And so I get another 3 token of my choice. I will get fruit again. I think I need fruit, so we're adding that to my discard pile. And I have these 2 tokens left over, and I think I'll just leave them. All right, so now it's the AI's turn. It's another comet turn. Let's see what they get. And let's see. They are getting rid of 2 tree frogs. That's not good. And they'll also get rid of this first insect card. And then they're going to move 1 up on the flower track. All right. Now they have 3 tokens here, so we're going to drop these back in just like that. Now it's my turn, and I'm hoping that I can get another caiman this turn. Or maybe I can just get a tree frog or something. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let's see. Nope. All right, that's not too bad of a draw here. Now, all I can really buy is a tamarin, or I could buy a macaw. A macaw likes to be in a forest with trees. So if I buy the macaw right now, it's worth 3 points. So that's not horrible. I could also just buy another woodpecker. You know, honestly, I think what I should do is I should spend 5 on the tamarin. So the tamarin scores points based on the number of animals in its habitat. So it wants to be in a habitat with a lot of animals. And I think I'm just going to place it, you know, probably right here. I'll gain another special tile. And it's going to be in a habitat with 4 other animals. So that's nice. That makes it's worth 3 points at the end of the game. I mean, it's not a big amount of money, but it's something. But I can also add more animals to it later, which I plan on. I plan on adding a tree frog here and here if possible. So we'll go for that. So that cost me my 5 fruit. I gain a special tile. And I'll add that blue tile right here. All right, and so with these tokens here, I'm going to show you one of the edge rules that I didn't mention yet that you can do. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, so I apologize. But one of the things you can do is you can spend 2 tokens to be 1 resource of another kind. So right now, if I wanted to, I could spend these 2 tokens to be another fruit. And then I could spend these 2 tokens here to be a water. And if I did that, spending all these tokens, that would be 3 fruit and a water, I will get to add a frog to my habitat. And that's what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to add it in that space there, so it's next to a flower. All right, so that's the end of my turn. We move on. I'm getting a seed bonus from the AI's token movement, so we'll add that here, and we're ready for my turn. All right, so we draw 4 tokens here. I'm out of tokens in the bag, drawing some more. Let's see what we get. All right, so at this point, I do want to buy the last tree frog. That's going to cost 2 fruit, water, and I'm going to keep the seed there. I'm just going to spend the money because I really don't need the money right now. So those 2 coins will count as one of the fruit, and we got the water and the other fruit, and that'll buy the last tree frog. And so I'll be adding this to my habitat here, and I'll place it in this spot right here. And that's going to be it for my turn. I'm just going to leave this water here for the next turn. Now it's the AI's turn, and we are drawing a token this time. And it's, oh man, it's the giant otters again. All right, so it's going to let us refresh 2 of the cards here. And let's see, I think I could do tiles as well, but I'm going to do these 2 cards here because I don't think I'm going to use them. And then it's going to move 1 up on the flower track. All right, now it's my turn, and I'm really eyeing this one here. This follow-up card, score based on the size of the second largest habitat, 6 hexes, 8 hexes, or 11 hexes. And if you see here, my water habitat, it looks like it's 11, but then my forest habitat is 10. So if I got that, that would be worth 10 points. So I definitely want to get that card. I'm going to try for that. But we do have to draw and see what I get. And it doesn't look like I'm getting it this time. So maybe I want to hold on to these waters. Although I guess I could, I could spend a couple tokens as water, use the seed and stuff, but I think I'm going to wait on that. Let's see what I can do to expand my habitats. Or maybe I should even get more flowers. Or honestly, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get another habitat tile. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to cost me 4. We're moving up on this track. I'll get one of these tiles here. And I kind of just want to get this one. We're going to add this one to this spot here because that's going to extend both my forest and my water. So that's a nice extension. And then we'll draw a new one here. And then I'm going to get a special habitat tile for the bonus on the waterfall. And I think I'll just place a sand one right here, or marsh one. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my seed as a fruit, and the 2 fruit, and the 1 leaf to get 1 more woodpecker out here. And let's see, I'll place it right here, which lets me banish one of my tokens. And we might as well banish this single coin. We don't need the money so much anymore, so we'll banish that one. All right, now it's the AI's turn. It's moving on to the comet. And it's drawing this token. Oh, it's going to get rid of frogs, but it didn't. Now, since there are no frogs left, this gets banished and removed from the game. We'll have to draw a new token to replace it. And this time it's the tamarins. So it's getting rid of 2 tamarins. And then it's going to get rid of the second card here. Thankfully, that wasn't that card. Oh man, that was close. That was really close. All right, and then it's going to move up on the tree track. Looks like it's going to beat me out on the tree track. All right, so it's my turn. We're drawing here, hoping for enough water. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, so close, so close. Well, honestly here, we can take this one and make it into a water, which that's what we'll do. And then these 5 water here, so that's 6 water total. With the discount from the anteater, I can buy this card for 6 water. So very good. That's going to be very helpful. Now, that leaves me with little to work with. Now, I could buy the last tamarin, but I don't think the tamarins are going to score me a lot of points. I really need to get more caimans out on the board because I have that scoring bonus for the caimans. So I definitely want to get that out on the board. And so I'm going to leave the fruit for now. We'll just leave that there and go on to the next turn. It's the next comet turn. So we're drawing another token. And it is the woodpeckers. Oh no, there goes 2 of the woodpeckers. That's unfortunate. It's going to get rid of the first landscape card, which I forgot to draw. So this card here is just gone. We'll replace that. And then it's moving up on the tree track 1 more time. Looks like I'm not going to catch it on the tree track. I do need to get 1 more tree though for that other woodpecker. So I definitely want to do that. All right, so now that there's 3 tokens in the AI's discard boat, we've put those back in the bag. And then we're drawing for my turn. Now I only have those 2 tokens in there, so we'll dump all these in. Let's see what else I get here. 3 more tokens. Not too bad of a draw. All right, so now I can buy a caiman. It costs 6 and 2. So we have 6 here and then 2 water. Ooh, this is a tough choice, right? Because I could spend the 3 water or I could save that for later and do this water here and then these 2 as the second water. So let's do that. 6 and 2, we'll grab the caiman and we're going to set them in here somewhere. And I almost think I should set them all the way up here. That's going to give me a seed, so we'll add a seed here. So that's kind of nice. All right, now it's the AI's turn, but it's an empty space again, so we just go back to my turn. All right, that's not too bad. We can get another Cayman. Check that out. And so that's what we'll do. We'll spend the 6 fruit here and the 2 water to get another Cayman. And so we're gonna add him. I suppose that really the only place to add him will be right here, like the best place for it. And so that's gonna let me banish another token. We'll banish the single leaf token. And then I have these tokens here. Now I kind of need to buy a tree, so we'll buy a tree, because we want to attach it to that woodpecker. And then I have 3 water here, and I want to spend it on another flower, because again, the caimans like the flowers, so we're going to do that. So we'll move up on the flower track, and then we'll gain another flower. It really doesn't matter where I place it, so I'm going to place it all the way down here. And with that, I'll leave my 2 money for now, and we'll move on to the AI's turn, which is another comet, drawing a token here. And it's getting rid of the tamarins. There's only 1 to get rid of, so just get rid of that one. And then we flip this over, getting rid of the second landscape card. And then it's gonna move up on the tree track again. All right, so now that it's reached this space that shows the shiny bonus here, it means that I can't gain that bonus if I ever get to that spot. Not like I'm gonna get to that spot this game. There's only a couple turns left here, so yeah, I'm not gonna get that far on the tree track. I probably should have. I probably should have spent more money, but oh well. All right, so now we're drawing more tokens. We got some water and all right, some leaves. Now, it looks like I forgot to move up on the tree track. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna spend the 3 water here and move up on the flower track. That's gonna gain me a free seed. And then I will gain another flower to my ocean here. We'll place it right here. You know, it seems kind of weird, but I think I'm gonna spend the 4 leaves and this seed token on another terrain tile. Not that I need it, but if I move up once on this track, it's gonna be worth 4 points at the end. So I think that's worth it. So let's see, we will add this one just right here. Now, one thing I have to be careful here is I bought this landscape tile here and it needs 14 animals. And so I only have 5, 10, 12. I need to get 2 more animals before the end of the game. So with that in mind, I think I will spend these 4 here on another 2 fruit. So we'll add that to my discard here. All right, so now it's the AI's turn. We're gonna draw another comet token here. Let's see, it's gonna get rid of the last woodpecker, which is really unfortunate. I was hoping to get that one. It's gonna get rid of the first landscape tile here. And then let's see, 1 up on the tree track again. Oh my goodness, so much on the tree track. All right, so now we're drawing 5 tokens again. Oh man, look at all that fruit. Wow. All right. So now I do have an opportunity here. I could buy a Jaguar. I really could. That actually might be worth it. Question is, where could I place it? I guess I could place it over here. That would be next to 3 animals. So it might be worth it. So because look, we got 9, 10. Oh man. Do I do it? That'll give me my 13th animal. I would need 1 more in the last round. 1 more. Oh, it's a tough call. All right, I think I'm going to do it. All right, so we're going to add the Jaguar. Now, it needs to go on a marshland and 1 other tile. So I think it's going to go here. And it wants to be adjacent to animals. So it'll get 3 points per adjacent animal. So that's 9 points right there. So definitely worth it. All right, now it's the AI's final turn with the comet. So we'll see which ones it's going to discard. Hopefully it's not the crocodile one. And it's another toucan. And so let's see, it gets rid of the second card here, and then it's gonna move up on the flower track 1 space. All right, and so that's it for the AI, because this is our final turn of the game. Nothing happens after this. Now I do need to draw 5 tokens here, and we have 4 there. All right, so here we go. It's gonna come down to these final tokens here. Let's see, get something good? Oh, no, not so good. Not so good. I did forget to refill this here, but yeah, not a good draw. I mean, we're not down and out, right? So let's see. I want the toucan. If I get the toucan and add it here, this card is gonna be worth 5 points. The toucan's gonna be worth 4 points. And I can add it next to the Jaguar too, which will be worth 3 points. So let's see if we can pull this off. So I need 5 fruit and 2 water. I have 3 fruit and 2 water. 4 fruit, 5 fruits. I guess that's it. Down to the end. All my tokens. We'll place that right here. I don't need the double bonus from the toucan. It doesn't really matter at this point. And so there we are. We are at the end of the game because this marker moves to the bell to signify the end. All right, and so we're ready to score now. And so once again, with scoring, you just go by animal here. So we're going to start with the woodpecker. The woodpecker scores, each woodpecker needs to be next to a tree. By themselves, so each grouping. So we have 1, 2, and 3 groupings of trees there. So that's going to be 12 points, not too bad. The frogs need to be next to their own flower pad. And so we have 4 frogs next to 4 different flower pads. So 16 points there. Tamarin wants to be in the same habitat as a lot of animals. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 animals. And the tamarin gives a whole 5 points for that. So that wasn't too bad after all. Toucans are worth 4 points each. I only have 1 of those. The macaws, I don't have any macaws. Now the caimans are going to be where it matters. Okay. I have 3 caimans in a same habitat as 6 flowers. And so that's going to give me 7 points each at a whopping 21 points. All right. We just have the jaguar left. It's next to 4 different animals, 3 points per each. So that's 12 points. And now we have our landscape cards. And let's do the count again. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 animals. Just barely made that one, so that's 5 points. We have the pairs of caimans and frogs. And there's 3 caimans and enough frogs, so that's 9 points. And then our second largest habitat. So if I have 11 hexes in my second largest habitat, which is the water, the forest has like 16, I think, and the water has, looks like 13. All right, so I'm gonna score an extra 13 points. So that was 27 points, not too bad. All right, so now we look at the tracks here to see where I scored. I scored 4 points for the terrain tiles, 3 points for the trees, and then 8 points for the flowers. And so that's 15 points. I guess I should write them all separately. 8, 3, and 4. I did those backwards, sorry. And then any seeds I have, I don't have any seeds left. And then we have to subtract the AI points. They earn 6 here and 10 here on the waterfall track, so minus 16. All right, and so we're gonna total this up here. And if my calculations are correct, I got a whole 96 points. So 4 points shy of the silver score in that first scenario. And so there you have it. That was the tutorial and solo playthrough of Life of the Amazonia, designed by Jamie Bloom and published by Bad Comment. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this game. Please also like and subscribe to this channel if you like the content you see here. And I thank you very much for joining me on Tabletop for One. Have a great night.